So glad you're streaming with us. Well, nearly 20 years ago, our very own Bob Woodruff was sent to report in Iraq at the height of the war. He was riding along the roadside when, in a tank, when an IED exploded, nearly killing Bob and leaving him in a medically induced coma for 36 days.
And now in his new special called After the Blast, The Will to Survive, Bob takes viewers with him as he returns to that Iraqi roadside where he nearly died. And here's the moment where he approached that scene.
How does it feel?
I go both ways on this one, man. It's been my dream to come back and at least finally see the place and just tell those that were there and witnessed it that we're okay.
And Bob Woodruff joins us now to share more of his remarkable story. Bob?
Bob, clearly an emotional moment. Again, look, and there you are, just reliving it again. Why did you think that this was the right time to go back, Bob?
I thought about this for a couple of years, Kira. One was the 20th anniversary of the invasion of Iraq, so we thought this would be a good time to go. But I've been trying to go back to Iraq and report from there again for the last almost 18 years since when we were badly hit. So I wanted to go back and report again. It just hasn't been timing. I'm covering more Asia, and I guess the desire to go back there wasn't very strong. But then my son, who's also now in the world of production, he's a shooter now, as you saw in that video just now. He's been wanting to go for a long time too. So we decided to head out and see that exact spot because I kind of want to get this out of my soul. Sometimes I say, this mission that we were on was not finished, and I just want to get one last chance to go back and see Iraq and see what it's become since that war was fought.
I love the pictures of you and your son, and talk a little about what that meant to have him there, and then more broadly, Bob, to go back and the question that so many of the veterans who you help with your foundation have. Was it worth it?
Well, with my son, he's been to Ukraine 4 times. I'm not introducing him to this world of war zones and things like that. And this one's much safer. I say about Baghdad that really the danger is not IED explosions and missiles and bullets. It's really now getting kidnapped or in a car crash, just like you do in America. So I was okay bringing him there. Lee was okay. My wife was fine with him going back with me. And he's 32 years old now, so it's a little bit different than those days. But he really wanted to do it, and so it was really emotional to be there to that very spot. But Terry, I totally agree with you. One of the main reasons too about this trip is I want to kind of remind the country that veterans not only have paid and sacrificed for our country, and some ended with these kinds of wounds as well, and people I think are forgetting that there is a military at all, and I just want to remind people that there is. And it's kind of ironic or sad, I guess, right before the story you just did before here was about Gaza. The wars are not going away. There's now we've got that, and we've got Ukraine, and hopefully not too many more, but we've got a world of war, and I think it's important for people to remember what can happen in these wars and what we should do to try to help the veterans who have served.
Just back to your son for a minute, because we're looking at this video. He was, a young teenager at the time, and now he went back with you to actually shoot this and help you produce this. I'm just curious, Bob, what was it like for you, the two of you, your relationship, your love for each other? Did this change the dynamic in any way for you guys as father and son?
I think it's not a magical scientific study that I think spending time with somebody you love in times of stress or crisis or intensity, I think those really always drive you closer together. I mean, just with those that have been in, Terry, you've been out there in these places too. The ones that you spend time with there, you relate to them so well because you've seen the same things that not many people had seen before. So I think it was important for Mac to go back and see that exact spot. And, it's it was very simple in the sense that always drew us closer together. Now we've seen more of what the other has done and what the reaction is. So I think it was really insightful.
You know, Bob, your work now, your recovery, it's a miracle. I remember getting the call in the middle of the night and being really terrified for you and heartbroken about it. And here you are doing this work still. What did it mean to you? You said that you wanted to put something to rest in your soul, I think is the way you put it. What's that about?
Well, I think part of it is, like I said, I kind of wanted to sow the, I've always wanted to just go back where the insurgents detonated this bomb, assuming that we're going to die and never come back again. I just wanted to show, you know, we were not accepting this kind of defeat. I just wanted, in some ways, like really strange, but it's just to prove that we can go back, even though the intention by those that wanted to keep us out, you know, was to keep us out. And so that was part of it, for one thing. But I also wanted to meet the Iraqis that were with us. You know, we were with an operation. There was a combination between the U.S. and the Iraqi allied military to go village to village, and so we were at 8 vehicles, and we got put in we wanted to went in the Iraqi tank, but we didn't realize it would be the first one in line. And that's why we were hit, because we detonated the IED as the one in the front of the line. But I never got a chance to meet one of the others who was badly wounded. It was me and my cameraman, Doug Vogt, who you know, Doug. We were ones that popped out of the top of the tank to do a stand-up, and that's when we were hit. But the third one that was up there on top of that tank with us was the gunner, the Iraqi gunner. And I knew that he was wounded himself, but I didn't know the exact details of it. I never had the chance to meet him in person. So that was one of the most emotional things for me, to finally meet the guy that I never did anything for. We've done so much for the American veterans. I'm very close friends with the American military that were with me in that vehicle and that whole run of that whole line of vehicles. But I'd never had a chance to do anything for him at all, or even meet him. And so we saw him, and you can see he showed us the 2 fingers right in the middle that were blasted off, because he was holding his gun like this. When this thing blasted, it hit me here. It hit Doug also in the head, and they hit him because he's holding the gun. It hit him right there against the gun, grip right down there. So that's what he lost. So he was not hit in the head, but he did lose his fingers. And I just thought, I just want to say hi to him, and also one of the colonels, the Iraqi colonels that were there. There was one of them that helped get us out of the vehicle and off to safety.
What a story.
Well, and as we're talking, Bob, we have good friends over the Pentagon. I'm getting a barrage of texts here that they remember you, remember your story, and they're looking forward to seeing your documentary. So I will forward you these messages.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah, Bob Woodruff, so great to have you. And for everybody watching, including all of you there at the Pentagon, we appreciate it. The entire special, After the Blast, The Will to Survive, airs tonight, 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central on ABC, and streaming the next day on Hulu.
You bet I'll be watching. Thanks, Bob.
We all will.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.